Hey, Lansing.
Hello, Lansing.
It's your two favorite technology integration specialists,
Hopefully you just finished listening to our podcast.
and now you're watching our vodcast. So I'm just dreaming about being in Jamaica, so we can just enjoy this view for a minute. But we are going to talk to you about how to set up some rules on your email. So we'll come back to Michigan, back to reality. And we're here in our inbox. And
For Office 365.
right.
So this isn't your Yahoo email. This isn't your personal Gmail. You're actually logged into your lansingschools.net Office 365 suite.
Yes.
And you clicked on the email box under the waffle or the Rubik's Cube.
Boom.
And you're in your
Mail.
mail. Bam.
Right. Okay. So, let's say, I don't know about you, I get a lot of job postings and they seem to come through like all at one time. And sometimes I don't have time to look at all of them. And they kind of tend to take up all of this space. And as you all know, right, you're busy. And so having to scroll down and try to find the email that you're looking for can be really tricky. So we're gonna kind of fix that problem for you. So we talked about job postings, so we'll roll with that as our rule. So I'm gonna click on that email. And then setting up the rule is pretty simple.
Don't tell people it's simple. They don't like that.
Okay, it's really hard. You have to watch every single step. Okay, so I've clicked on an email, and once you click on an email, across the top you can see you get some more choices of things. So what we're going to do is actually click on the three dots or the three hot dogs.
Triple hot dogs.
Eric calls them. I don't see hot dog there, but.
That was a food service training I did.
Okay, so we're going to click on that. And we are going to go down to create a rule. And once we have that rule, we're going to put some criteria in the rule. So first we'll give it a name.
Job postings.
Okay. And now we can set up our criteria for our rule. So it automatically...
I have a question, Allison.
Yes.
So I know that Mrs. Holiness sends us job postings, but doesn't somebody else also send us job postings?
Yes.
Could I add that person now instead of later?
Yes. I'm glad you asked.
Thank you.
So if I click on, so Microsoft automatically imported these criteria based on the email that we clicked on to set up our rule, but we can add or change those things. So if I click on the name, I can also adjust who else it was received from. So we
Or
can,
who else we might get postings from.
Right.
And if you don't remember their name, like we don't, you can search by first name or last name. There it is.
Okay, so then we'll click on the plus sign, and now we can see that when it was received from either of these two people, this rule is going to apply. You want to make sure you hit save before you move on. So it was sent to, I personally don't think this is a criteria we actually need to keep because the email has already come to you. So
Yeah, just delete it.
I'm going to just click on the X to delete that criteria. And then the other criteria that it has set up is that it includes these words in the subject, Lansing School District job posting. And so I think that is perfectly acceptable because that's what I want this rule to do. Put all of the emails that are job postings into their own spot. So once we have our criteria set up, then we can tell it what we want it to do, where we want that message to go. So we can move the message to a new folder.
And the folder that we're actually going to move this one to, we're going to move it to junk. We're not saying that the job postings are junk, but we know that later on we can go look in our junk folder and we can find it if we were looking for a job posting.
So when I click on move the message to folder, and now I can select junk email, and I'm going to hit OK. If you had a folder created, maybe you already created a job folder posting or a folder for emails from your principal or something like that, you can select whatever folder you want it to go to.
And we're going to do that next.
Yes. So once you have all of your criteria listed, you tell it what you want the message to do, you are ready to set up your rule. You can add some exceptions, but for simplicity's sake, we're going to skip over that piece for now. I think this is really what people need to know.
Yes.
Okay, so we have all that stuff. We're going to hit OK. It's saving. And now any future emails that meet the criteria we set up will automatically go to junk email. Any previous emails, unfortunately, that rule is not going to apply. It's just like creating rules in your classroom. Sometimes you don't think you need a rule about chewing gum and then realize later on that, whoops, I probably do need that rule. And so any gum-related injuries have already happened, right? So we can't retroactively set that up, but once we have it, all the future ones will take place. Okay.
Now the next one, let's show them how to create a folder.
Okay.
Because they do want to have a specific folder for like maybe all of my emails.
All of your emails.
Yes. Anything that comes from Russell Eric Spicer.
Okay.
You want to go into a folder called Awesome Information.
Or He Talks a Lot.
That's a good folder name.
Okay. So how do we do that?
On the left-hand side, you will see where it says your inbox, clutter, drafts. There's a little plus sign next to your name. And when you click on that plus sign, down at the bottom, you can add a new folder. And this is the fun part. You can name it whatever you want.
Right, because it's your folder.
It's your folder, yes.
Okay. So
now we just have to create a rule. So you have to go find an email from me.
Okay.
This is just the easiest way to do it. Find an email from me and then, because it kind of fills in all the stuff itself. But even though I go by Eric, all my emails come through as Russell.
Just to be confusing.
Just to be confusing.
Awesome. All right, I found an email from you, so I'm going to click on it.
And then up at the top, those things pop up. Go to the triple dots. Go to
Create a
rule.
I'm going to call this Eric. Yep, thank you. Autocorrect. Okay, I'm going to take away this category because I don't need it. And actually, I don't even care about if it includes a specific word. I just want every email from Russell Spicer to go to a folder. So I'm going to actually take this criteria away. So any emails from Russell Spicer are going to do the following. They're going to move the message to a folder.
Right. So we're thinking that this would be a great rule for maybe your principal, something like that, where you don't want to miss any of those. You don't want it to kind of come in with a bunch of other emails and it gets lower on the list and then you had missed it because you didn't look at your email in the morning when he or she sent the email. And at the end of the day or whenever you can have time to check your email, you can just always check that box or that folder and you'll see all the emails from that person.
Boom.
And now let me send you an email.
Please do. All right, I'm going to exit the search while we're waiting. Also, I don't know if people know about this. I just learned this little trick, but you can actually adjust the look of your Outlook. So if you're like me and you hate the default because it's boring and ugly, you can actually change that really quickly. So when you're logged into your Outlook Office 365 account, if you click on the little person, you can actually adjust some of those settings by clicking on your name and change. So then you can put a photo in there if you want, if you don't just want generic man. And then you can also, on the little gear, that's where you can adjust the themes and you can change it to, whatever crazy thing you want. I like pink, so I'm gonna stick with that. But that's another little tip for you. All right, so let's see if I have received any emails. And I'm noticing I need to readjust this because it's too long, and I can't see if I have any emails. Notice
Oh, yeah,
how,
the number 1, and it's bolded to know that you have an
right.
unread
So
one.
I can tell that I have an unread message in these ones because, yeah, so my name for my folder is a little too long. So I can adjust the length, the width, that's the proper math term.
Yes, you can.
Boom. So don't have any emails in there from you yet, but I'm sure it's making its way through the ether as we speak.
Could be because I don't have any reception in here when I'm
Could
sending the
be
email
because
from my
you don't
phone.
have any reception in the technology office. It's a little ironic, I feel like.
Well, we're in the middle of a building.
Right. So
But that's where they would all go if they
that
actually
is where they would all go. All
And
right.
again, if they have any issues, problems, concerns, or just want to chat with us, two wonderful people, they can email us.
They can email us, and it'll go to our inbox because this rule isn't working here.
Yeah, the rule works. We
All
just
right.
don't have it.
We'll just have to like retroactively edit in that it actually comes through. All right. So that's kind of how you do it. That's how you create a folder, create a rule, and make your background really pretty.
Pretty, exactly.
All right. Sweet. Thanks for checking us out.
Bye, Lansing.
Peace out.